Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Nicole Johnson starring Kevin Lake again with Two Wackos and Key Lime Pie. This is going to be a really short broadcast. We want to quickly answer some mail that has come in before because we forgot to do it earlier. Kevin, what was the mail that came in?
Okay. To give a brief 20-second background, a lot of you folks know that I'm also a staff writer for Joe the Plumber. Most of you know who Joe the Plumber is. Well, I send a lot of my articles on these hero highlights and suicide epidemic among veterans in the U.S. out to groups who support Joe because I know they'll run the stories and gives us a lot of market. Well, I just received a message back from a very helpful group that ran one of our articles on the soldier suicide, and they said, Kevin, okay, we're not going to tell who this person is, I'm going to read the message. Kevin, I read your post on joeforamerica.com and was inspired. Thank you for your service to our country. We would be honored to help you share your stories. But I do have one question for you. Your assertion that the, quote, staggering rate of suicide among service members currently reported as 22 each day simply cannot be correct because 22 times 365 equals 8,030. That's what was sent to me, Nicole.
All right, well, let's go ahead and back up your number. Yes, folks, that is a lot of veterans, and I'm so grateful that you counted and got that all together. That's more than 8,000 soldiers. Now do you guys get why it's so important that we actually, and by the way, that's not including Guard members or reservists. This is just the active duty.
Active duty.
Okay.
And now, so you've got, now, guys, if they were to include Guard members and reservists, that number, in my estimates, would be...
It's going to go through the roof.
Higher. Maybe it would more than double it, because through most of the war on terror, between 60 and 70% of the fighting forces in theater have been Guard members and reservists.
I can vouch for some of that.
The reason they're not reporting these numbers, and it's because the numbers would be so high, there would finally be an uprising in America in regard to this veteran suicide issue.
Okay, so doing the math, 22 times 365 is 8,030 deaths a year due to suicide for active duty military. Now, you guys were concerned about that number being too high. Well, let me go ahead and tell you that he's not just pulling this out of his butt. Kevin's getting this from legitimate sources. You go, USA Today has it, New York Daily News, Forbes has it. You know, as of February 5th, 2013, let me go ahead and just read this to you guys. Almost once an hour, every 65 minutes to be precise, a military veteran commits suicide, says a new investigation by the Department of Veterans Affairs. So you guys can go to the VA on this one, the Department of VA. This is different than the VA Medical Center. This is the Department of the VA. They're two different organizations. And this has been examining suicide for a long time. Now, they're actually saying...
Nicole, I want to
they're not even coming close.
Well, 70% of these suicides are among our veterans that are still 50 years old and older. So, folks, there's still a lot of Vietnam
unaccounted.
Veterans, you know, yeah, but they're still suffering for what? They're in their third generation of suffering now. Remember, these guys and girls didn't get the welcome they deserved when they got back in the 1960s and 70s. It's never too late. Give it to them today. You know, if you know a Vietnam veteran, thank them for their service and tell them welcome home. There's some out there that's been home for 40 years and have never heard that. Yeah.
69% of the suicides recorded were by veterans age 50 and older. Now listen to this one. That means that 31%, nearly a third of these suicides, are by younger veterans, 49 and younger. This means people that are in the prime of their life. And this is just, we're talking men here that are young. And it's not just men because it is affecting women. But they're citing men, so I'm going to support, just go off of that. And by the way, just so you know, NAMI has stated it. The National Institute for Excellence has also stated this. There is not enough research on female veterans. Okay, so be aware there's a lot of research that deserves to be completed. So if you are, all of these schools that keep contacting the PTSD retreat for a project, to do a research project with the PTSD retreat support, please, if you are going to work and look into female veterans and PTSD and suicide, I will 100% back you. I will push for it. I will make sure that you can get to every single veteran possible, because I know there are a lot of female veterans out there that need to have this push forward. There needs to be more support for all the veterans, especially for women that are coming in, because we're fighting an uphill battle. And I actually went to a retreat this summer. I will not say which one, because it is a brand new organization, and they are determined to make do some good for individuals out in the Northeast. That's as close as I'm going to get to giving an answer. But one of the veterans there is a Vietnam veteran, and literally told me that I did not deserve to be there because women don't deserve to be in the military or in combat. Because women shouldn't ever see combat, and they don't see combat, so therefore they shouldn't be there to get services. So,
and this was in the U.S. that somebody said that?
Oh yeah, this isn't. Oh, it's not the first time, Kevin. No, this is here in the U.S. by an American who's of Caucasian descent, not of Middle Eastern descent, and it wasn't somebody that was Mormon. I won't tell you the things that I've heard from some Mormons, and I could go into that one, but we'll leave that alone. No, I won't leave that alone. I was told that basically I shouldn't be going off to be a baby killer, that instead I should stay home and take care of my own child that I was supposed to be taken care of in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's just some of them.
There's no light on Mormons or the Mormon faith. I'm sure if Mitt Romney had won the election, he'd probably bomb a lot of people and kill a lot of people.
Nah, I'm going to disagree with that. Behave. All right, but anyway, let's get back to the point. The point is there's far too many...
Radical guys. I don't support the left or the right. I support the veterans, the troops, and the human community.
We're going to leave it at that. And just so you guys know, there's a lot of great Mormons out there. Eric Guy, Eric Dubois. I mean, Dubois. There's a lot of great individuals, and I have no problems with them whatsoever. And there's many other reasons they love to serve, and I'm so proud of them. Along with a lot of the other different religions. So I don't really care about people's religions. I care about their faith. But I've told that way too many times. Let's get back to the point. The point is, far too many individuals are committing suicide. Yes, at 22 a day, that is over 8,000 deaths a year. So if you think about that, there is definitely some contradiction in the information that is being put out there. 349 suicides. That's almost one a day. You know what? 8,030 military deaths through suicide is 8,030 too many, as well as all the other ones that are not even being talked about. So that is far too many. We get to make a difference, and we get to do it now because that number is climbing, and it's going through the roof, folks.
Yeah.
If a bullet didn't take them, suicide shouldn't either.
And if we could finally get the government to release the numbers of the veterans who are service members, reservist members and guardsmen and women, we'd find that the number was more than twice as high. So.
Yeah, and if you want to add in our allies as well, because we have a lot of overseas allies that we have, in the UK and Italy. There's individuals all over the planet that, Australia and, in our support right here next to us, in Canada, that have actually come to the PTSD retreat. So I'm actually going to go ahead and state, let's add them all together between allies and the U.S. This is not something small. It's huge, and something deserves to be done. And you know what? Kevin and I are taking a stand, and we are doing something. We're not just going to let it sit down. We're not going to let it just stay in the sidelines. We're bringing this forward, folks. We're saying, we're telling everybody, I don't care about your politics. I really don't care about whether you're left wing, right wing, Democratic, Republican, or if you're one of those bleeding heart liberals. I don't care. Darn Skippy, when it comes to our veterans, get off your high horse, get off your soapbox, and get some work done. And don't get me started, because we don't need two Kevins on this show.
Yeah, okay. I don't think the world's ready for no Kevin this world.
Okay, sorry. I'll let Kevin be high and mighty for that one, because he deserves to, and I'll be the one that's calm and cool and collected, because darn Skippy, you don't want me cursing on this radio.
Yeah, you only curse when you jump out of airplanes.
That was an accident.
But who doesn't, right?
It slipped, folks. But if you had been through that experience, and by the way, we have that experience open to anyone who is over the age of 16, anyone, military and non-military. If you are non-military, the experience is open to you, and not only is everything covered from the airport back to your airport, meals, food, meals, water, your hotel, ground transportation, your training, your safety gear, the actual experience itself in the air and inside as well. All of that's included, but you also get to be a sponsor of a veteran as well, because the money that you bring in is actually going to go also towards another veteran who will put them in there with you. So every time a paid customer goes through, a veteran goes through as well. For the skydive retreat, we have one going in March 15th, 14th, and 15th. You need to let me know now. It makes your ticket prices, much more affordable, because part of that money that you're also putting in is going towards your ticket price, and we want to make sure it stays underneath the limit so we can make sure a veteran can get the full experience for free. But it's $3,700 for anyone that wants to experience it, and believe me, you will leave out of that experience with an entire new perspective on life, because it's easy to see that if you can free fall in the air, you can free fall through life as well. It just takes someone just being willing to do it. So let me know. Get back to us. You can reach me through the Facebook page. Message me. Do not put it on the posts, because as you can see today, there's been hundreds of posts that have been put on there, and I don't want to lose your post just because I didn't get to see the update. But please let us know. We'll get you on that, and you'll become a sponsor for one of our veterans. Anyway, we're done with suicide. That's all I gotta say. It just does not get to happen anymore.
That's right. You're not allowed to kill yourself.
Yep.
Okay?
You have.
Get help. Reach out and ask. And if you know someone who needs it, help them. Okay? And if you can't do it, you feel it's beyond your power, get them the help they need.
I will sit and talk with you till you are blue in the face.
Nicole has sat and talked with people for up to 9 hours at one time, all night long. And at the end of that conversation, well, the person she talked to is still among the living, okay? So we're here. Contact me on my author's page. Guys, while it's the dead of darkest night there for you in America, it's the middle of the day here for me in the Philippines, and I'm probably online spamming people about my book and my Soldier Valley articles and all these things anyway. So just get in touch with me at the Kevin E. Lake author's page,
And he will answer. He will answer.
I will answer. And I have contacts like Nicole and other people in the PTSD community. If I can't take care of your issue, I will get you in touch with someone who is qualified to do so.
And he'll contact Nicole. He'll contact me.
Because I know Nicole will be up. Now listen, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, and we've discussed this before. All it takes is someone who cares.
Yeah.
I put this in the closing of my Hero Highlight. You guys will all be reading tomorrow about this soldier getting ready to go to Afghanistan for his third deployment in the War on Terror, of which he's volunteering for. He doesn't have to. But I say in the closing, all these veterans we're not losing them because of PTSD or because of the drug addiction. These are all just small parts of the big picture. The big picture is we're losing these men and women because of neglect.
That's
Listen, we're
right.
here for you. If you
say that again.
You want to talk, you need somebody to hear your story, give us a call, okay? We will deal with you, or we will get you in touch with someone who can deal with you if we cannot.
The PTSD retreat has hundreds of psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors, and therapists all around the country, including the UK, and also in the UK, Canada, and Australia, who are willing to work with you. Money is not an issue. Okay, if you cannot afford it, there is Military One Source, there's Army One Source, there's pro bono counseling, there's Give an Hour. There are a ton of individuals that are waiting by. If you can't find them, give me a call, give Kevin a message. We'll both do our best to make sure you get somebody who can assist you. And by the way, spouses, children, you guys need to call in. When you are dealing with somebody that is going through severe PTSD issues, their isms, call in. These benefits are not just for the veteran. You are family. And by the way, as far as the PTSD retreat is concerned, and as far as Kevin is concerned, family is not just by blood. Family is not by marriage. It is also those who are your support system. I don't care, and I'm gonna go there. I'm about to go there. I don't care if you are gay. If you are gay, you have a partner. Guess what? That is your support system.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Knows no boundaries. Love knows no boundaries. Everybody wants to put boundaries on it.
It's no one else's business.
That's called conditional love. When you put boundaries on love, And it's conditional love. The only thing that will save you is unconditional love. It's what saved me. The VA gave me 7 different medications to save me, and they gave me therapy, and I had some well-meaning therapists. But the love I received from Dearly and our son Danielle has saved my life. I'm not on drugs today. I don't drink today. I still get in bad spaces in my head, but man, I look at them and their smiles and their love for me, and I'm all better. You know, we talked about
Best medication in the world.
Best medication in the world is unconditional love.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not going to judge you based upon your sexual preference.
It's none of our business.
None of that. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know
I
what?
apologize if I offended any Mormons with the comment I made earlier about Mitt Romney would have, that would have been his job as president, as he would have been told to do by the power elite to really call the shots. Okay? But I'm sorry I said that anyway because it was off-color and tasteless. I don't care about anything about your personal life.
Your religion, your background, your financial status, your sexual preference, your color. I don't care if your pants are around your thighs because you can't seem to pull them up. I will yank them down. I think that's so stupid. But I don't do it. I don't want to see your shorts. I mean, or if you're dressed or not dressed. It doesn't matter. Whatever your background is, we don't care. All we care about is you served. You are still serving, and as a family member who is loving someone, guess what? You're doing your job too. You are serving that individual. It is. You may not have signed the paper. You know, my daughter, when I joined back up with the Army, my daughter stood there and raised her right hand with me. She didn't sign any paperwork. Guess what? She's my baby, and she's always going to be there for me, whether I want her to or not. And I'm so grateful she's so independent and able to stand on her own 2 feet and live life. But I know that whenever I'm sad or something, even when I try to hide it, she hears it. And when we're on the phone, she hears it. She knows me. You know what? Your family knows you too. And you guys need to call in. You guys are family.
Along these lines too, though, Nicole, I'm going to throw this out there. Some of you may have family members that are doing you more damage than they are good. Okay?
I put a post on that the other day.
Well, I mean, I have a father who says PTSD does not exist, and that the World War II generation didn't have it because they were stronger and tougher in a different class of.
No offense, that's BS.
Than today's generation of veterans, and you know what? I was surrounded by that for a long time, and that was very bad. Okay, and that put me in a dark spot. Listen, guys, you need to be able to talk to who it is that you can talk to safely. Okay, I know that it's part of the animalistic condition to naturally want to reach out to our parents or those with whom we share genetic makeup or DNA makeup, but sometimes that's not always possible. And that's where often it's a benefit to reach out and talk to a brother or sister in arms like me or Nicole, who didn't change your diapers, who didn't walk in on you while you're getting out of the shower or something when you're going through puberty and you're all insecure about yourself, who doesn't know that you're the guy that struck out when you're down by 1 run at the regional finals at baseball. All we need to know is that you served your country, you fought for our freedom. We fought for it too. Nicole fought in Afghanistan, I fought in Iraq, but guess what? We're not there fighting for it now. The men and the women who are there now are continuing to preserve that we fought for in the past, that others fought before we went. That's all that matters to us. If you need help, you need to talk, get in touch with us.
Yeah, I'm getting into that place where I'm having issues speaking. Let me just put it quite clearly. You are not alone. You may not be wearing the uniform on the outside, but you sure as heck are wearing it on the inside. No matter what your position, whether you are the dependent child, the spouse, wife, or husband, or the soldier serving, military member, I don't care, whatever your designator is, military members or the veteran was served in the past, every single one of you are important. And to those who are not even military affiliated, guess what? We are here for you as well, because trauma is trauma is trauma, and it does not matter where you caught it from. It doesn't matter where you experienced it. PTSD can affect anyone, whether you're black, white, blue, purple with green stripes, and pink polka dots, whether you're rich, poor, tall, short, skinny, fat, old, young, it doesn't matter. PTSD is the #1 equal opportunist in the world. It's a perfect example for our government. It doesn't care about your background. You can be affected by PTSD, not only through your own experiences, but by experiencing another individual who is traumatized. And it sounds like, Kevin, that we're going to need to do a show soon about, how individuals can experience secondary PTSD. But we will not be doing that tonight. This was supposed to be a short broadcast. We just wanted to make sure you guys knew we do answer our mail. We do see it. And we do catch up as quickly as we possibly can. For those of you who have sent in submissions through the PTSD retreat page, you guys are getting called tomorrow night. Thursday night. Because tomorrow's booked all the way until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So Thursday night is your night where I'll be calling each and every single one of you guys and reconnecting with you. Kevin, do you have anything else to add? No,
that's it. Don't give up hope. Life's worth living.
Yeah, it is. And 8,030 is too many.
Get out of the darkness. Come out and live life.
Yeah.
Always remember to focus on the things you have, not the things you want. Be grateful.
Yeah. And you guys keep sharing. If you have been listening to this, please put the PTSD retreat link on your page. Put Kevin E. Lake's author page link on your page and let people know. Share it with as many people as you possibly can. Because the more people we are able to get that out to, the more who know, the more we grow, and the more we can assist from coming back from the edge. It is our commitment and our passion to reach all those suffering with PTSD, be they military, non-military. Of course, the military has our heart, but we are there for you no matter what your background is, no matter what your preferences are, no matter where you're coming from. We are there for you. So thank you guys so much for listening. This has been Kevin and Nicole with 2 Whackos and Key Lime Pie. Good night, everybody. This is it. We're not doing another segment tonight. So we'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. And thanks so much for listening. This has been the PTSD Retreat Radio Talk Show. Good night, all.